So from today to 18 months, which is the last date for a vaccine, that's what we have to work through. First rule, do no harm. This is a public health crisis. We're still in the woods, and just because that number has plateaued doesn't mean it's any time to relax what we're doing. So do no harm, don't go backwards. Hope we find a medical treatment between now and 18 months. In the meantime, testing, tracing, trying to get that up to scale, which is going to be the equivalent of trying to get Apollo 13 back to Earth, 220,000 miles, 50 years ago. It is a very difficult task. It can't be done perfectly, I can tell you that right now, but we can do better than we're doing. And in the meantime, a phased reopening of the economy as educated by testing, tracing. Now, one other point on the phased reopening. What does that mean? And how do we phase this reopening until we get to a medical treatment or a vaccine? This is what we're thinking about. We need clarity on what the federal government is going to do and what the state governments are going to do. I heard the president last night. The states, it's up to the states, basically. Great, I get it. And the states can do the do no harm. It is their job to do the public health monitoring. The states can also do the phased reopening plan. We cannot do, the states that have a large problem, cannot do the testing and tracing without federal assistance. And that's important. On the reopening, we can do, and we have a blueprint for the reopening. Again, as guided by testing, tracing. But there are two factors really on the reopening. How essential is the business, service, or product or function? The more essential a business, service, or product, the more urgent the need to immediately get them back online or as soon as possible. So how essential is what the business does? And then second, what is the risk of infection spread of that business? Some businesses can say, I can open tomorrow. In my business, I'll have all sorts of precautions. People will not be less than 6 feet apart, period. There will be no congregation of people. I won't do conferences. I won't do joint meetings. It's not the way my business operates. I can bring everybody back, put them at separate desks. They'll never be near each other. I have a very low risk of infection spread. Businesses can start to redesign their workplace to think that way. All right, so your business poses a low risk of infection spread. That's the second factor. And the first factor is how essential is your business. So that is almost a business by business evaluation that has to go on. And then once you determine the essential nature of the business, because right now we have all quote unquote essential workers who are working, right? This would be, well, what's the next tranche of essential workers? And how high or low is the possibility of infection spread if that business becomes operational? And then you basically have a matrix where the lower risk of infection spread and the higher nature of essential services are the businesses that you would start prioritizing, right? So that's how we will inform our economic reopening as we're being guided by the testing, tracing, and as we're making sure we're not jeopardizing the success we've made in handling the public health issue.